Did you see this? After the tragic killing of George Floyd in Minnesota, Palestinian activists immediately jumped on the I Can't Breathe campaign, exploiting his blood just to bash Israel. They said that this is the same treatment that they are getting too, just on a daily basis. They and the human rights organization Amnesty pointed out that US police officers received trainings in Israel. Listen, I was a combat soldier in the IDF, and I was never ever told to harm Palestinians when I was stationed in Judea and Samaria. In fact, I shared my food and even my water with Palestinians. Secondly, Israel and the United States are training together. That's true. We have been training together ever since the 9/11 terror attacks. But we train to fight terrorism, to win the battle against those that want us to stop breathing. We don't train to be racist, we train to save lives, regardless of color, race, religion, or gender. And in the same way that we train together, the United States is also training in other countries and with other forces. But somehow, Israel is always the one to be blamed. Don't these activists have a tiny bit of respect for George Floyd's family? Do they even care? Why is Amnesty so eager to find a connection between George Floyd's death and Israel? Why let this tragedy serve a political campaign against Israel? Anything bad that happens around the world, they always find a creative way to tie it to Israel. But the fact that Israel develops a cure to COVID-19, a pioneer in innovation, technology, medicine, and just about a blessing to the entire world, they never mention these facts. This is called hypocrisy. This is called a blood libel. There are bad cops that make wrong decisions, but it doesn't mean that all police officers are like that, and it surely doesn't mean that Israel stands behind it. When Martin Luther King was alive and stood up to racism and fought for civil rights, this is what he said about my country.
The whole world must see that Israel must exist and has a right to exist and is one of the great outposts of democracy in the world.
We live in a crooked world where bashing Israel is allowed, where lives don't matter to groups of people unless it serves their agenda. This shouldn't be like this. Life is precious. So why we always say rest in peace? Why can't we live in peace? Let me know in the comments, what do you think about these recent events in the United States? I'm curious to read what's on your mind too. Stay safe, stay healthy.